Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm GrandMcLegend and this is the final video of my favourite tank series, and we are going to finish off with the tank destroyers. And this is actually really hard because I am a tank destroyer main, as you could probably see by my stats. I do have 8,000 plus battles in tank destroyers alone, I think, or is it 6,000? I'm not actually sure. But yeah, I do have a lot of battles in tank destroyers, and it was really hard to pick one because you have so many great tank destroyers. You've got the XM, you've got the E3, you've got the Jaeger, the Grill, the 268, the Badger, the Hori, the GFT. Yeah, there's a lot. So yeah, today I went with the XM because it's such a nice vehicle. Like, I mean, yeah, people will probably say, oh, it's only your favourite because it's a broken tank. Yeah, so what? It's still a tank at the end of the day. And it is, well, one of my favourite tank destroyers. Like, I do have a lot. The E3, I would have done a video on the E3, but I've already done it. So I didn't want to make 2 videos on the E3 within a week. But yeah, if I had to pick a second favourite, it would probably be the XM, which is also, like, really as good as the E3 itself. But yeah, what can we see about this tank? So you can see that it has 1,900 hit points, and it also has a turret armor of 248 on the turret and 150 on your hull. You can get quite a lot of bounces on that turret as long as people do not know how to pen it. Thing is, it's been in the game for a year now, and people know how to deal with this vehicle. The thing is, with like the American tanks recently, it has become possible to pen the turret, what's it called, the mantlets, that's what it is. Yeah, people have been able to pen the mantlets on American tanks quite a lot recently, and this is unfortunately one of them. So yeah, it is a lot more, like, you will bounce less on the turret than you would have done when it was first released. But you can still get the bounces nonetheless. The whole armor is almost non-existent when you're at any kind of angle, so yeah, do keep that in mind. 264 meters of view range, and you do also have 64 concealment while stationary, 45 while moving, and 14 upon firing. This is an upfront tank or a frontline vehicle, so I do advise trying to go up front and hull down, because you will not bounce much on the hull whatsoever. So the concealment doesn't really matter at all, to be fair. 3,400 DPM, and that is a 7.24 second reload. I am running this with the calibrated shells because the pen is just really nice on this thing. So we can see that the average pen is 284 on your APCR. Yes, this has APCR standard, so do not be expecting to pen like really weird angles, etc, etc, because the normalization is absolutely crap. Yeah, 384 millimeters of heat pen and 70 on your HE. The heat pen is absolutely ridiculous. You'll be able to go through pretty much everything that comes in front of you, which is really nice indeed. 410 average damage on your APCR, 350 on your heat, and 470 on your HE, which is actually alright. 4.2 seconds of aim time with a 0.277 dispersion at 100 meters, 10 degrees of gun depression, and a top speed of 40 kilometers an hour. This tank does also have a semi-traversable turret with 45 degrees to each angle, so do keep that in mind when you decide to try and turn the tank all the way around to actually shoot someone. But yeah, what we're going to do here on Rockfield, we are going to go to the right side because that is one of the best hold down positions on this map. And the speed on this thing is actually alright as well. Like, 40 kilometers an hour on a tank like this with insane armor and DPM and all sorts of other stuff. And then you've got the reverse speed of 20 kilometers as well, which is really nice for a tank like this. Like, you'd expect an American tank like this to have like 14 or something like that. Like, that would make it balanced. This thing is broken, I'll admit, but that is not the reason as to why I absolutely really love this tank. So what we are going to do is just go right here and then try and get these vehicles. So yeah, we do try and shoot the 121's upper plate when he's angled. But we are just going to try and get a shot onto you, and we do succeed, which is really good indeed. We also have the E3, so we are just going to shoot your hatch, but it does manage to pen the mantlet, which is something you will often do when you're up against the XM, because the mantlet is really weak for a tank like this, especially as heavily armored as this, and the mantlet is one of the weaknesses. Like, yeah, okay. So what we are going to do is try and get the shot onto the chieftain, but we do miss, unfortunately. Now, what we are going to do is just try and bait this guy, but I think the XM's coming up onto me, which is not good. So we are just going to get a shot onto you, and we are going to go and circle behind this E3, clear him, and then we do have the GFT here as well. So we are just going to try and shoot you with heat, but it does fail because we do not aim in. So we are just going to get a nice shot into you like that. Like, you can see the pen. The GFT is one of the most heavily armoured tanks in the game right now, and we are able to pen him in the upper plate, or the superstructure really, with like 380 odd millimeters of pen, which is really nice. I'll admit, it's really nice, especially when you're in a tank like this with so much speed and DPM. It's really nice when you can get that damage out for sure. So we are just going to get a shot onto you, Mr. 1321, and then we are just going to turn around and see you die. So nice. Yeah, that was the first game. Really nice tank to play with, honestly. Like, if it was... It's a great snow globe tank. It's just a snow globe tank last year. Not the year just gone, it was the year before. We just had the Lion, this was the one before. And it's really nice. When it came out, it was absolutely busted. It was like probably one of the most OP vehicles in the game, probably after the Smasher and the Annihilator. But this tank is just so nice to play, honestly. It's great hull down when people do not know that your mantlet can be penned. And it is also really nice when you like just pummel everyone with that 3.8k, 3.9k DPM, and it's just amazing. So what we're going to do here on Normandy, we are going to go hull down on this hill over here. Or should we go on that one? You know, I'm not actually sure. We are going to go on to this one because the 215B is also spotted. And we do actually also have the E50M here as well. So we are just going to sit right here and... Okay, we do get a bounce. Well, we do hit the ground, unfortunately. We do also have the Progetto here. So we're just going to get a shot onto you. Get out of the way. We're going to try and track you as well, to make sure you can get a shot as much as possible, and we do manage to succeed with that. So we do try and get the 215B, well, a shot into the 215B, and the grill is also camping over here as well. So I am just going to be an absolute noob and get shot by his Progetto, but we are just going to go right back down to also see that there is a 50B here as well. But we are just going to back up, get a shot into the Progetto, and yeah, you can just see that this thing, when put into bad situations, it is not a good tank, because, well, you'll just get penned everywhere. Like, that was a very bad portrayal of this tank, to be fair, and I did make it look shit, so I'm sorry for XM lovers out there, but yeah, I did play that very badly. And, yeah, that is just, well, that. So, feel free to hate on me in the comments, but yeah, that is some very bad portrayal of the XM66F. But I do play better than that, trust me. But yeah, that is basically it on the XM. So, if you have any kind of questions on it, do ask about that in the comments down below, because I can probably... answer them and say that I'm not a shit player in the XM, because I'm not. It was just a very bad play from me. But yeah, all jokes aside, do be sure to leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video, and if you enjoy this content, do go and check out my other favourite tanks, which are in the in, well, my most recent videos. And, well, that is basically that. So if you want to, well, like and subscribe, yeah, do go do so you don't miss any future content. And if you also want to send me your replays, do go send them either in the description, the Discord down below, or to the email, which is also linked down below. And, well, that is basically that. So hope you all enjoyed today's video. I've been GrandMcLegend, and I'll see you all soon. Bye bye.